Most men hit their 30s and start shrinking. Not physically, but mentally. They start buying into the lie that it's too late. Too late to get in shape, too late to make money, too late to change their story. And that belief is the leash that keeps most men tamed. But I need you to understand something. You didn't miss the boat. You're just standing at the dock. You see, when I hit 30, I had nothing to show for it. No house, no business, no legacy. Just a long list of failed attempts, average paychecks, and a man I didn't even respect. Worse, I was stuck in a relationship that made me soft. Not because she was a problem, but because I just simply gave my power away. I was letting her lead, organize, letting her think for both of us. She was mothering me, and I called that love. Until one day it all ended, and I was alone. No backup, no plan, no more excuses. And look, as scary as that moment was, it was also the first time that I truly woke up. Because when it's just you and your reflection, well, there's no one else left to blame. If you point the finger, well, it's three pointing back at you. And look, here's the truth that no one's going to tell you. Your 30s aren't the end. They're actually the beginning. You've been through shit, you've tasted regret, you've watched opportunities slip through your fingers. Perfect. Because now you finally have the emotional maturity to do something about it. The world wants you to believe that by 30, you should have everything figured out. You should have figured it all out. They push this narrative: house by 25, married by 28, kids by 30, millionaire by 31. But let me ask you this. How many people do you know who followed that plan and still feel empty as fuck? You don't need more milestones, you just need more meaning. And look, if any of this is hitting you in the chest right now, that's not a breakdown. That's a breakthrough trying to happen. Book a free call. No pitch, no pressure, just man to man. You, me, and a blueprint. Let's talk about who you're really meant to become. Who you're destined to become. And look, here's the thing, right? You weren't born to be a background character in your own story. You're not some NPC waiting for permission to level up, just doing nothing. You're a man. And the second half of your life, this is where the legend gets written. This is where your origin story starts. You think you're behind? Bro, you just finished the tutorial. Now the real game starts. So stop letting birthdays become reminders of failure. Start letting them become launch pads instead. Every year you're alive is another year you get to rewrite the ending. That's a blessing. You hear that voice inside your head, the one that's saying, you're too old, you missed your shot, it's too late. That's not your voice. That's the world's conditioning. The world's programming into your mind. The real voice, it's quieter, it's still, it's focused, and it's waiting for you to get out of your own way. You know you don't need permission, but what you do need is conviction. Your 20s were there for experimenting, but your 30s are for executing. This is where you get to rebuild your body, dial in your mindset, and define your code. This is where the man you always knew you could be finally shows up. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but you know what? That's the point. Because the version of you you're about to build, well, he's going to be earned, not given. So if you're watching this right now in your 30s and you're feeling like you've wasted all this time, well, guess what? You haven't wasted time. You've just been preparing. And now it's time to act. Your comeback doesn't start tomorrow. It starts right fucking now. So book your free 30-minute call. Let's map out your next move. Links in the description below. And if this is hitting, give it a like, comment below and what's resonating with you, and share this with the man that you used to be. Share this with a bro who needs to hear this, because the world doesn't need more men who gave up. It needs more men who refused to stay average. So let's get building. I'll catch you guys in the next video.